All right, peace. Welcome. Peace, welcome everybody. Peace, peace, welcome. Jump on in. We're about to do this channeling for the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine update. Make sure you hit that like button. Peace, welcome. Let me give some more people some time to get in before we get started. Peace, welcome. Peace. Peace, welcome, Cynthia. All right, peace. This is going to be Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine channeling. We're going to see what's going on with the frequency right now. Peace, welcome, everybody. All right. All right. So let's see what's going on with the frequency. Hope all is well. Welcome. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. So let's see what's going on with the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine frequency at this moment. What is going on? All right. So we got the Sun card. All right. We have the Sun. All right, plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendation, gratitude for the blessing of life. All right, so we definitely got that Sun card to start. So, all right, so what they want us to know, okay, when it comes to this channeling, because they are starting with the Sun card, is that even though, okay, your connection, okay, now we're talking about divine masculine and divine feminine. Even though your connection is set in stone when it comes to your blueprint, spirit is pretty much starting off with, you know, it will work out, okay, perfectly, and that everything is happening for a reason. Now, when I say everything is happening for a reason, I don't want y'all to be like, okay, well, if they were the karmic, then it's meant to be. I'm not talking about that. If you're in separation and your partner is in a karmic situation, I'm not talking about that. But as far as you and the masculine being separated, it's supposed to happen as far as separation. Because what you do is you learn, okay, in separation better than you can learn together. Okay, the balance is not, it goes like this, and y'all tit for tatting, okay? But when you're separated, it's like this, all right? And you're no longer pointing at each other, you're pointing the other way. So if your masculine is, toxic, you don't want to be the one they take it out on. Uh, you don't want to be a part of that. So that karmic will pretty much get that. So the masculine has to learn that this person can't be toxic towards the one that he loves. He's got to learn how to love based off of not loving someone else, but loving, itself first. Okay, so when they say it will work out perfectly as far as when you're on your path, when you're on your purpose. Both of you guys have to go on that cycle, okay? Um, and when you guys like go down these different paths, okay, you will eventually come back and run back into each other, all right? And that is going to be the reward. The reward is once the lessons are learned, whether they like it or not, whether you like it or not, you're going to be forced. Once you've learned your lesson, whether you realize it or not, Spirit is pretty much saying that they're gonna pull you guys back together automatically. Like there are times when you guys run into each other randomly, or your thoughts come through your mind. You learn your lessons, but a lot of people are still in a denial phase. Okay, so once you've learned that you need to self-love yourself, you start self-loving yourself. You don't say, "Oh, I got to self-love. Okay, I know that." No, you got to do the work every time you get triggered, whatever it is that triggers you. Okay? So, like I said, Spirit is pretty much saying that things are working out perfectly right now on the frequency, on the level of frequency, okay? I don't know why this card is in here. All right, so you got the moon card, powerful, intuitive epiphanies, like I said, okay? It's more of a on the 5D, you guys are connecting, more than ever. Okay, like I said, that portal, to bring back the spirit, because a lot of people have been disconnected, it's opening bigger and bigger. Okay, um, because the planet is shifting to the point where a lot of manifesting is happening. A lot of people are going out, and a lot of people's souls are coming back that are present. Okay. So you got powerful intuitive epiphanies, let go of worry and fears. Okay. Understanding the truth of the situation. So as you guys come into your powerful divine selves, they can feel that. All right. So this is why it's important to keep focusing on that 5D, because as above, so shall it be below. If you are like, I know some of y'all will say, okay, well, as above, so be below, why we not together? It's because you have not recognized the soul yet. Okay, like as far as acknowledge the soul as first, body last. Okay, it's the soul, the mind, the body. Okay, what how people would say mind, body, and soul. So you have to align that. But body is the last. Body is, you know, the 3D. So once you've mastered um that element, because it's hard for you, like you get it, you understand it, intuition, but you have to master knowing the meaning of what you're going through. You got to take every input that you're going through into consideration. Okay. So they're feeling this too. All right. They are definitely feeling this too. Um, if they're not going to say it, some of them don't know how to say it, because you got to understand, like they were not programmed to do this. Like you can give them a million different videos and tell them a million different things, but they know this. The problem is they lack the strength. Okay. They lack the strength and ability to push forward. All right, let me see something here. That's gonna be too bright. So, um, they understand, like if they know who you are, okay, they know who you are, but the problem is they don't have enough strength to stand still. Like, some of them may have OCD issues, some of them may have bipolar issues, some of them may have ADHD or PTSD. This stuff really takes a toll on the body, okay, due to the trauma, all right? So when you realize, okay, because your masculine do want the feminine to understand, as well as feminine, I know you want your masculine to understand that you guys go through traumas, okay? Your own individual bodies go through these problems, and it has to be healed. And the only way you can be set free from your trauma is with knowledge, okay? The knowledge of why you went through it in the first place. Because a lot of people will say, like a lot of your masculines will say, well, why do I have to go through this type of phase, why do I have to, and the women too, why do I have to be alone? There's a lot of masculines out there or who want me, and why would I want to be with someone who doesn't, you know? But you have to understand it's a cycle. It's a continuous cycle. And mastering this cycle, um, hold on a second here. Mastering this cycle, but they gotta heal. Like the reason why you're in separation from this person is because you gotta heal. You gotta heal, and they gotta heal. There's these healings that there's healings that need to be taken care of. This is why it works out, because like they say, God wouldn't give you something you can't handle. But if you're awakened and you start to really do your research on what's going on with your partner, you will know that every action with comes from either some trauma or a lesson. So if they shouting and they yelling at you, clearly they have either they're reflecting a trauma that they've been through, or they're trying to trigger your traumas. Okay, I mean it's really simple to just face the facts. All right. This is the okay, so you do have balance. All right. You have balance. Yeah, see, like I said before, take everyone's input into consideration. This is what I said earlier. Merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. All right. There's definitely no need to rush. A lot of people in this connection are rushing. Masculines rushing to a karmic. Feminines, some of you feminines don't want to wait. You rush to a karmic. You feel what I'm saying? And you're not healing. It is a difference. Okay. Someone else cannot heal you. Okay. But like, you have to know that somebody else cannot fill that void. When you feel that void, you will no longer need not even the one. Okay, you will feel one within yourself, and a lot of people, don't like to hear that, but that's the truth. Okay, so when it comes to your connection, you're on it, the path that you're on, because you're gonna learn one way or another. You're gonna learn. So if it takes you down a road of karmics, and you still haven't learned that you don't need to fill that void with someone else, you're gonna continue to repeat that cycle. Is it meant to be? No. But you took a detour, so now you have to detour your life back together. Now you have to detour your way back to path. All right. People taking alternative routes and then saying that it's meant to be because it has to play out. It gotta play out. Once you do not like, you have to take a straight line. Once you detour off that straight line, don't make it God's will. Okay. It made it your will. Okay. And see, now that you took that route, or if you do take that route, and if your partner has taken that route, they're gonna learn. They're gonna have to learn the hard way. If they fall in love and this other person hurt them, they're gonna learn. If this other person fell in love with them, they're gonna learn. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna learn because this is something that they chose. It's not something God chose. But what God is going to do, God, the creator, is going to reroute you back onto your path, and you're going to end up either realizing that you messed up, you know what I'm saying? Or, and it could take several years before you realize this stuff, because it's taken a lot of y'all several years now to realize that all you really need is self-love to escape um loving someone else who is toxic. All you need is self love. Self love is oneness with self. All right. So you got this here. Like Spirit is pretty much starting off with that. You guys are learning your lessons, and that you just need to be patient with yourself. Okay. Take every input into consideration. Learn from these mistakes. If you've met the one, you know that no, there's no one else. If you are if you are hurt, then you know you have a trauma you must heal. If you are happy, then you know you succeeded in overcoming your traumas. Because what the universe will do, or your partner will do, or what people will do, is reflect your pain to you. So if you have a low tolerance of things, they're going to trigger you on that. If whatever it is, so it's about overcoming these triggers. When you look at people, don't look at people as people. These are programs. Okay. People are programs. You are a program. Your partner is a program. And whatever you downloading, um, whether it's a true or false, okay, you will end up learning from that. You will realize life is not what you think it is. Okay, people call it just this little sweet journey, but you're in a realm. Just picture like like the Matrix. All right, you're only a program in the program. So do your part. You already have a design. Your creator designed you to do a specific part. If you get off that path, then you are a defective piece or defective vessel, and you have to get back on your path. So a lot of y'all got to be a little bit more patient and get back to, get focused back on the mission. The mission is to bring peace and alignment back to this matrix, so that this matrix won't be toxic. Like I say, and like they would say in the Bible, that Eve bit the apple, but they both ate the apple, which kicked them out of the garden. And that's what's going on with a lot of twin flames, a lot of soul connections, is that you're getting kicked out of the garden, and now you're in the realm of, you're in the world of hell, where you don't know who is who anymore. You can't see the truth anymore. So you no longer have the shield, the shield, the protection, of God around you until you get on your path. So you have to repent, which is accept the truth for what it is, so that way you can heal. Because by you being a defective vessel, it's going to reflect, and you're going to meet other defective vessels, including your partner being a defective vessel. You have to lead by example. You can't sit here and say, um, you know, the other person is with someone else, so I'm going to go be with someone else too. That's tit for tatting. That's push and pull. That's that push and pull. That's tit for tatting. One of y'all have to stay solid, you know, because one of y'all has realized who you were, or at least, it's gonna be back and forth. Whatever the push and pull is, it has to stop. It has to stop. Somebody has to stop doing it. Like, okay, if this person is petty, you ain't gotta be petty. If this person is rude, you ain't gotta be rude. If this person is overly sexual, you ain't gotta be overly sexual. You could be celibate. But it's that push and pull. Like, you're gonna fuck somebody, I'm gonna fuck somebody. Oh, you're gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and tit for tat and tit for tat. That's not what it is. So the lesson to learn is that you were shown the truth to stop. And Spirit said when they showed you the truth between the both of you, you both decided to tit for tat. You both decided to go down that limbo, that dance, and not one of y'all stopped dancing. Somebody has to stop dancing. Not like permanent like death, but somebody has to stop with the toxic program. And when one stops, the other one slowly stops, because it'll become a magnetic pull. And you, instead of using your magnetic pull to pull each other in, you're tying yourself uh to other people who are toxic, more toxic, because first of all, these people are actually not the one, but you're wasting other people's time. So y'all got to clear that energy. So Spirit is saying, like, pay attention to what they're trying to tell you. All right, pay attention to what they're trying to tell you. I know that was deep because they threw some extra in there, but let's see what's going on here. All right, let's see. So we got the first one is, we shared many lives together. Why give up now? Okay, so you shared many lives together, as usual. Go through the cycle. Why do you gotta give up now? You give up now, you're gonna come back here and do it again. Okay, the karmic is a safe house I run to, because there's no mirror, because they don't mirror me like you do. So you pretty much mirror their toxic ways. Okay, you pretty much mirror their toxic ways. Um, and they don't like that. So when they go to a karmic or something like that, you can just hide under a rock with that karmic. It's just, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to face that fact. Okay, so we're bonded by soul, connected by spirit, manifested by the flesh eternal life. Okay, that's that eternal love, one life after the next. And I know some of y'all would say, okay, well, Essence, why can't I just choose to love them in the next lifetime? Uh, you can choose to love you, and the universe will accept that. God will accept you just loving you, but that means you have to be celibate. That means you can't be sexing other people, doing all that silly shit people do just for attention. You can't do that. You really have to focus on, like, you have to become a whole monk, okay, or a whole nun. All right, that's that simple. So you don't want your connection, you're gonna have to do it that way. Run into another connection, it's gonna make it worse. You're gonna keep doing it. You're gonna keep, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna do it again. So it's best to just listen and learn now, so that you don't have to keep doing this. One of y'all have to break the spell, so that way you don't have to come back down here and do it again. But if you're tit for tat and you're gonna come right back down here and tit for tat again until you learn. One of y'all have to learn. All right, one of y'all got to be strong enough to break the cycle to carry you both, because you are one soul, two separate bodies. All right, so you have you fell in love with you fell in love with the real me, my soul. So focus on that. I am still with you. All right. So some of y'all get connections from your partner who you feel like is still connected to you spiritually. Then you focus on that. That's the 5D. That's 5D, 4D talking to you. Because 3D is not talking to you. You don't like the 5D. You don't like the dreams. You don't like the intuition. You don't like the telepathic connection. That shit is powerful. That shit is magic, damn near. Who doesn't like magic? Okay. So you're more focused on the physical because you want somebody to validate your physical pain. So this is why you stay with the matrix bullshit, because you think that it's gonna be better to doubt the physical. Now I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but hey, it's the truth. Okay, even when I'm with a karmic, I can't stop fantasizing about you. They can't stop fantasizing about being with you. Like I said, this is where the 4D, 5D come in, and y'all just be on the astral plane, loving, not lusting, excuse me, loving. Okay, physically you're lusting them, because if you cannot get over that, that's another healing you must master, is being able to stop desiring them. Because you got to think about it, right? Stop desiring them on a physical level, which just means your vision, okay, and your physical body. Desire them on a level before you knew them. Remember the connection before you met them. Remember these things. Some of y'all would say, okay, well, I remember my life was great before this person came, but you don't remember. Try to not remember the physical. Remember the feeling. Remember the intuition, because you've mastered it. You wanted to know. You were curious to know, and you've mastered it. But once you met the body, you completely forgot everything. You just threw it out the window, and you just became earthly, and you just became 3D, and you stopped caring about the connection that protects you from when they're telling the truth and when they're lying, from when they're high and they're low, so that way you can shift with the elevation of spirit. Okay, when they are present and when they are not. And this is why a lot of people are upset when you guys are in separation. It's because you forgot the connection that first manifested y'all together, which would be the spirit, which would be 4 or 5D. You know what I'm saying? So if you take the time to focus on the soul, never mind what they're doing physically, because remember, before you met them, you didn't know what they were doing. But guess what? You still met them because you were pulled together. Don't compare you meeting a karmic as guidance from God. No, that is guidance of your physical desires. This is why a lot of y'all can't heal, because you're guided by physical desires. You're not guided by God. Now, you have to pay attention to how crafty the devil works on you. Okay, it can God can work in mysterious ways. Okay, learn the difference. This is why this journey is what it is. It's not fake. This shit is definitely real. People who call it fake just don't want to deal with the shit. Okay, they want to sweep it under the rug and act like it ain't happening, because they're not. It's only you. It's only you, God, and your partner that knows this truth. Okay, and so people that don't want to fulfill their purpose, will just leave it to, will just leave it and then run off. Okay. They are the runner. And a lot of runners infiltrate the community and pretty much say, well, I went and I da 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 with someone else. Well, that's a whole nother story. Like I said, I'm doing soul ties, good soul ties. I'm doing my video next. I'm gonna come on here and talk about it next. So you make sure y'all stay tuned for my soul ties video, good and bad soul ties, so I can tell y'all the difference between them two. Okay. Uh, But yeah, so pretty much spirit is pretty much saying just focus, all right, which is you both masculine and feminine. As far as your lessons, you're learning them, but what you're not learning, it's like you're tit for tatting, and y'all are tit for tatting in the physical, even though you may not be talking. You're tit for tatting. You're social media thugging, and if you're not social media thugging, you're still tit for tatting. Like, well, I'm just gonna move on and da da da. You're tit for tatting, and spirit saying you need to break that. All right, but you're both doing it. Okay, so they saying never mind the karmic. Okay, it's just somebody they can run to figure this out. When they finally realize, which a lot of them are realizing, is that they're wasting their time because this person has a life to live too. Okay, like I said, you guys shared many lives together, so why give up now? Okay, you're connected by soul. Okay, bonded by spirit. All right, so spirit is just God. It's God like it's more of like something you can feel but you can't see. All right. And then the flesh is last, okay, because it's not your soul is permanent. Your flesh is temporary. You want to focus on true divine unconditional love, you focus on what is permanent. If you're only focusing on the flesh, you're only focusing as a karmic. So you have to pay attention what roles you're playing. So people that are not together and are not, that's just wake up. All right. You got the answer you needed. You keep studying to keep you woke. Be strong. Your partner lacks strength means you lack strength. All right. Um, if your partner, you are the polar opposite of them. Just because they're doing it one way don't mean that you are not doing it in a different way. You both are doing it the same but different ways. So it's the mirror. Mirror. Then when you look into the mirror, your left arm your left arm is not your left arm in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? So it's your left arm, but it's like a mirror. Okay. So you have to pay attention. Okay. So much. All right. But all is as far as like them channeling you and stuff, they can feel that too. They can feel everything that you're doing. What you have to do is send love. Try to send love. Like universe spirit knows your true feelings. And it's going to reflect. It's going to push this person away. Remember, like I said, just think about it before you came into union with this person. There was a thought, there was a feeling. And you have to get back to that thought and you have to get back to that feeling. It's going to drive you back into union. But you have to master that. And then when you come into union, you have to use your mind, body, and soul. That's oneness. Mind, body, and soul. That's oneness. A lot of y'all get with the body and lose focus of the mind and the soul. This is why it's a lot of y'all hard. It's hard for a lot of y'all to understand because you lost control of your mind. It's hard for y'all to connect without having your mind. It's hard for y'all to connect and understand what the spirit is saying. So you have to be mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. And a lot of y'all are not. A lot of y'all are just body. And then you're looking for a soul connection. And then when it's time for you to do the soul connection, you're not patient because you think that the answers come to you when it comes to you, it's supposed to be delivered as you wish it to be. No, it don't work that way. All right, it don't work that way. It never did work that way. Your needs are based off of society base, not reality. The real reality is not the reality that you've been programmed all your life. That is the false realm. We are not living in the days of the real reality. We were born in sin. The sin that we were born in is lies. Okay? Your parents lied to you, your grandparents lied to you, shit, hell, you're lying to you. Okay? So you have to focus on your intuition. it is truth. And then as you become change, your change echoes to other people. Your union echoes to other unions, and it is like a trigger. It's like a signal that sends out a wave to all other connections that's here. And this is where uh one twin flame union trigger another, and another and another and another. Okay, so one turns into two, two turns into three, trigger worldwide, because people are talking about their experience, whether they look crazy or not. People are living according to what they believe in, and they're living in lies. So just pay attention. So um, let me see here. So I know it's hard. I know it's hard, y'all, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. Um, it's gonna always be worth it because it's unconditional, and they got a lot of love for you, but they just don't know how. They weren't taught how to express it. And when you're not taught how to express true unconditional love, you try to do it in a form that you were programmed. Knowledge is power. So you study. You study what unconditional love is, not conditional love is. And when you master the knowledge, mind, body, and soul of unconditional love, you will see the flaws in not only your partner, but you will see the flaws in yourself, and you will see the flaws in everyone else around you. Uh, it will just like that. A lot of people don't want to know the truth, but they want to know the truth, but they don't want to know the truth because they want to know the truth. It's just, it's a lot. All right. It's a lot to deal with. But when you master your own identity and you're not programmed like the rest, it gets better. Okay. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. That is the channeling for the masculine and feminine update. All right. They're definitely thinking about you. Focus on your intuition. All right. The signs are they're being sent to you on the 5D. Um, when you answer the 5D call, you will start to see it manifest. Like picture the matrix. When you finally answer the call, they will manifest you through to the real reality. They go from one, it's like a telephone. So, you pull them through and you'll manifest your union. See it like it is. All right. Your intuition is a telephone line to whoever you could connect to. All right. That is how I'm able to get my channelings is I just connect to certain people and they pull through. Um, there are some that are ready and there are some that's not. This masculine here is still stuck in between and still tit for tatting alongside their feminine, and their feminine is doing the same. So remember the soul. Okay, yes, they're with the karmics, but at the end of the day, they know that they visualize that frequency that you gave them is what they want. It's what they're looking for. When they realize that the karmic cannot really fulfill them, um, because a lot of these masculines fantasize about you, which is fantasy is just like on a mind thing, on a soul thing. And what happens is when they start to fantasize about you after they found you, they now know what you look like. Spirit will always make sure that the fantasy is of your twin. All right. If your twin is overweight, they will make you fantasize your twin in whatever desire you fantasize them to be, because what they're trying to do is say to you that your partner is overweight, but you, with the love that you can give this person, is can help them to motivate them to work out and picture them as that person is in their mind. A lot of y'all don't realize masculines are very illusional. Okay, they're very delusional. Okay, a lot of masculines are delusional, so you got to hit them with the illusion, not just the illusion of truth, but the illusion of fantasy. When they tell you what their fantasies are, all right, you have to meet them there. All right, where you have to be able to do that. You got to be. I'm not saying to tell them physically. They already told you what they're looking for. But what you have to do is, like, if they tell you, oh, it's not what I pictured in my mind, this is not what I thought it will be, they're talking on a mind spirit thing. So you got to meet the masculines on the mind. A lot of them do not connect with their bodies. They just roaming and shit. They just roaming this earth, or this plane. Excuse me. They're roaming this plane like lost chickens with their head cut off because they're not whole. Okay. A lot of these masculines are soulless and they have not manifested physically yet. You have to see it that way so that you can overstand this, understand it. Okay. Um, Let me see. But that's what the masculine wants you to know. Like they have not yet overstand their physical bodies yet. They have not got control of it. Um, and some of you feminists haven't got control of yours either. Control is being able to, you gotta, if you can train a dog or a cat or have a pet, like look at yourself as something rewarding. Treat yourself as a gold mine. This is self love. Treat you as you would treat your masculine runner. That same love is what you should give yourself. That dedication, that motivation, that frequency is what you should be giving to yourself. Like that is self love. And when that person feels that you love yourself again, they will come. They will come. So if they say, okay, well, they will tell you the truth between the ego, but it will come off so rude. You gotta understand how crafty this shit is. Okay? See it as schizophrenia. See it as bipolar. See it as that. You're not just here. You're a multi-dimensional being. So when you are out there in the world, you are dealing with people with multi-dimensional personalities. Your partner does not hate you. They do not understand. They do not meet you on the level. One is on a 5D, the other's on a 4D, then the other on a 3D, and then the other on a different dimension. You have to meet at the same dimension. So if your masculine is stuck in the spirit realm because they're stuck, because they're not living according to divine, meet them where they're at, and they will tell you where they're at, and you communicate with them until they manifest. When they start to, when you guys start to talk to each other again on the 5D, then you start to come to mind. And then the body starts to desire you. Okay? When the body starts to desire you, the triggers of the Kundalini will rise. And when the Kundalini will rise on the both of you, you will come into desiring each other. And then that magnetic pull will not tolerate any karmics. Then you will start to pull. Get rid of these karmics. Get rid of this bullshit. Get rid of the bullshit. Get rid of the bullshit. And then once you get rid of it, you guys will connect again. And then you'll be like whole. Okay? You will be one whole piece. But as long as y'all gonna keep fighting and fussing and all that shit, you're gonna break it apart. So you both broken, you're heartbroken because you don't know how to tolerate each other. You don't know what love is. You don't know what love is. You were never taught what love is. And then when love was taught to you, you don't recognize it. It's not familiar. It's out of this world, right? Well, you start from where it comes from. Spirit, soul, God. And then you can manifest down because it would guide you to the information you need, like my channel. My channel will tell you how to see it beyond your physical self. So that way you can manifest it to the physical self. Okay. All right. Let me see. But all right, y'all. I'm not gonna be on here too long. I'm getting ready to get on and do my other soul tie, good and bad, and break that down a little bit more. So if you feel like that resonates with you, you can take it. If it doesn't, leave it. Um, if if you need to book a personal reading, please do. First come, first serve. It's a 48-hour supply. Oh, it's a 72 hours of reply. But whoever, like I said, first come, first serve. You can email me. My information is in the description as well as the chat. Thank you for those who did donate to me. I do appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. I will be coming on, and please learn. Please learn what I'm saying. All right. If you are here, you are here to learn. You are here to find out what's going on, and I'm going to give you that truth, even if it sounds like I'm repeating myself, because it will take a million times before it click. It will take a million times. I have to deprogram you so that you can reprogram you to hear your intuition. So if you come to this channel, you are meant to get this message. All right, frequency will not pull anybody that wasn't meant. If you refuse this message, it is because you choose to live in denial, which means you are rejecting the truth for what it is, and you need to go and work on that. Um, but like I said, love and light to you. It's time to wake up. It's time for the great awakening. And like I said, I'm a 5D teacher, not a 3D. I can tell you what's going on with the body, but I'm a 4D, 5D teacher. I speak spirit. I know how to deal with the body, but I speak spirit because that's the only way twin flames going to be able to come into union. That's the only way karmics are not able. Karmics cannot handle the 4 and 5D. Karmics cannot handle the teaching that I teach because it teaches them patience. And if you are a divine feminine and you know what a divine masculine, you know where I'm coming from. When you cannot do that, when you cannot set yourself free for something that was supposed to be. Um, so anyway, y'all tune into my video that I'm about to do next, Soul Tides, good and bad, so I can tell you guys what's going on, because there are two different soul tides going on out here. One is good and one is bad. And yes, it has something to do with twin flames. And y'all tune in, all right? Love and light. Peace.